More than 12,000 American Legion posts closed for at least part of the pandemic. That left many of them in financial trouble. Now they're hoping people will come back for events like wedding receptions, family reunions, and bingo. Ann Kniggendorf of WUNC's American Homefront Project visited post number 327 in Shawnee, Kansas.
In the main hall of a modest brick building on a suburban street, a few dozen people hunker over bingo cards along white plastic folding tables.
G47, G47.
The Post only takes a small profit after prizes are paid out, but the sounds of the game are exciting. They signal that the space has reopened to the public.
We've got a bingo.
Far from the calls of letters and numbers, the Post's members and its commander gather around the bar in the basement, still reeling from their pandemic losses.
We were dying.
Richard Bear Sobek is a former Marine and Vietnam veteran. He's a longtime member, but just took over as Post commander in May. When asked if he thinks they can regain their financial footing, he says,
Toss a coin up.
What galls Sobek is that while his post worked hard to follow health and safety guidelines, like closing for several months in order to keep its employees and 376 members safe, other posts did not.
That burnt a whole lot of people mentally, and they said, and so a lot of our people decided, well, the other posts are open, so we'll go there.
The Post received a loan from the federal Paycheck Protection Program that helped out a little during the shutdown, but that money's just about gone. And the pandemic not only cost the Post revenue, but some of its members. Post manager Jeannie Barnhart says,
Yeah, it's hurt us big time.
But it's getting better. They've resumed booking bands on Friday nights, and slowly members have begun to return.
Now that they don't have to wear a mask, they're happy.
Dennis and Leanne Busby are glad to be back. Neither is a veteran, but Dennis is a member through Sons of the American Legion. His father served in World War II.
What's fun now is the joy of seeing some of these guys come in here. One of them came in last week that I hadn't seen for over a year. It was good to see him because you wonder if some of these people didn't die.
Now he and his wife are parked at a high top near the bar as many as 4 evenings a week.
Originally, the reason I decided to join was the fact that it's an older crowd that isn't quite so crazy.
Like a lot of people, the Busbys spent the lockdown watching Netflix, but as far as entertainment goes, he knew he was missing out.
And just amazing thing is some of these old veterans that sit around in here have stories to tell that you just go, what?
He says that while it was hard to be away, he appreciates that Post 327 followed guidelines.
It was as tough for them as anyone. It was tough for everybody, but they didn't complain about it or wonder why somebody wasn't here to bail them out. It was just like, this is the way it is, so we'll go on.
Now that he's gaining some perspective on it, Richard Sobek, the Post's commander, sees the situation a little differently. He tells about being strafed by enemy fire on a tiny island with a bunch of guys during Vietnam.
And that's nothing different from COVID. So, we've been shot at by an enemy. It's called a disease. And if everybody worked together, it wouldn't have gotten quite as bad as it did.
Sobek and his remaining members are hopeful that as word gets out that the Post is back in business, hall rentals will take off again, and old friends will gather to hear the bands.
Where else can you go for a Friday night and pay $5 and dance all night? Okay?
In Shawnee, Kansas, I'm Ann Kniggendorf.